All right, now we're going to go through the fill process using the Cascade the way it was meant to be used. We've got a 30-minute, 4,500 pound compressed air cylinder. We've checked the data manufacturer and we've checked the hydro. They're both within acceptable ranges and there's no damage to the bottle. To simulate the fact that we've had a lot of high use, we've bled some of the banks down. So bank one's down to about $2,000. This one's down to about $4,000. Bank 3 is all the way up at 6, but we're actually gonna, at the end, we're gonna do it off the compressor just to show you how to do that. If you're only filling 1 or 2 bottles at a time, like if you use a Lucas on a coat or something like that, you're probably only gonna have to use bank 1 for your fills. But this is like after we've had a significant event, we've got a whole bunch of bottles and these banks start to get depleted. And the same principle on this would also apply to the oxygen system. We're going to do that in another video. So what we're going to do is, right now it's sitting stable, power's on. The 2 banks would be open, but I've got them shut right now so the compressor won't come on. The bypass is closed. The front banks are closed. Auxiliary fill and fill valve are closed. I know that the regulator is preset to 4,500 pounds. I already know that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our empty bottle. We're going to dump it in and hook it up to the high pressure hose for fill bay number 1. It's only going to be hand tight. You want to make sure that the bleeder valves and the fill valves are all closed. There are no check valves in this system, so if these were left open when we open this bottle or try to fill, everything would just kind of blow out into the atmosphere. All right, so all these are closed. We've hooked up the high pressure fill hose. We open up the valve on the bottle itself. We're going to open it up all the way. We're slowly going to open up the black valve that's associated to whichever bay you're using. We're going to open that up all the way, and we're just going to make sure that that brass bleeder valve is closed. That little bit of air is the compressed air that's still in the cylinder. So that's closed. I know right now, because of the way we've got this set up, the compressor's not going to come on, so I don't have my hearing protection on yet. So, to start the fill process, we're going to make sure that all the 2 banks are closed, bypass is closed, everything is closed. We're going to open up the fill valve. That's what puts air down into the fill drawer. And then we're going to crack slightly from bank 1. Now this bank's at 2,000 pounds right now, so once the bottle pressure gets up to about $2,000, remember, we're doing this a little fast, so we don't have a really long video, but you want to do this process as slowly as you can, because the faster you fill a bottle up, the hotter it gets just from the heat of compression, and when the bottle cools back down, they'll go down as much as 500 pounds while they're out sitting on the truck, and then you got to come back and top them off again. So the bottle pressure and bank 1 have now equalized. So we're going to close from bank 1 and we're going to crank open bank 2, which has about 4,000 pounds in it. And again, we're filling this kind of fast just for the video, so it's probably going to be a pretty warm bottle. But you want to do this as slowly as you can. All right, now bank number 2 and the fill valve bottle are both at the same pressure. We could go to bank number 3, but instead what we're going to do is we're going to simulate going to the compressor to top it off, to simulate that all these banks are down below 4,500 pounds for whatever reason. You want to make sure your hearing protection is on. Right, the power's on. So what you're going to do is you want to make sure that the 2 banks are all closed. You want to close your fill bank and open your bypass valve. And then crack your fill valve again.